The fight of the summer is going on this Sunday. Welcome back, everyone. This is Jason. SummerSlam 2014 is right around the corner, happening in just a few days. This video is going to be my preview and predictions for the current card that is listed. Pretty stacked card. Very happy with this one. 8 matches currently listed for this pay-per-view. No pre-show matches have been listed yet, though. I'll tell you who should be on there, but will probably not be on there, is your United States champion, Sheamus, and the tag team champions, the Usos. They should be on the show somewhere. Although I don't think they should be on the pre-show. I think, if they're they hold a championship, they should be on the main show. But so far, nothing's been listed for pre-show besides Renee Young, Booker T, and Alex Riley talking about it, going through the rundown, obviously. Probably half an hour, 45-minute show, probably. It's one of the bigger shows, so it might be an hour. Who knows? Not sure. But nonetheless, yeah, no pre-show matches have been made yet. So that being said, let's get into the card, starting with the Intercontinental Championship held by Miz going against Dolph Ziggler. This has been a pretty good rivalry. Dolph's been on a bit of a winning streak lately. He's been doing really well. After his World Heavyweight Championship reign, that has pretty much been that was pretty much a disappointment because he was injured through 95% of it. They haven't done much with him because he's been, for lack of better words, I guess, accident prone. He got the concussions, and then he's had so many now they don't want to do anything with him. But he's still a great worker. He still has a ton of charisma. Still great in the ring. Miz, his new character as the Hollywood bad boy, don't mess with the face, all that kind of deal. That's been going really well for him. Great booing him again. It's a lot of fun. Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. I don't see the Miz losing this championship this Sunday. I think he's going to beat Dolph Ziggler. Next, we got Chris Jericho versus Bray Wyatt. Now, this is the second time these two have faced each other. And the first time, kind of surprising, was Chris Jericho beating Bray Wyatt. Now, I don't think the same is going to happen this Sunday. At least I'd be shocked. I still think Bray Wyatt has a good amount of momentum in this rivalry, even though he's not going to have Eric Rowan and Luke Harper at his side, at ringside this Sunday at SummerSlam. The last 2 weeks, Chris Jericho has beaten both of them cleanly or by DQ. But so nonetheless, yeah, those two will be banned from ringside. Now, that's not to say they won't show up again and do something, but I think Bray Wyatt needs to win this Sunday. And yeah, this rivalry's been good, with the exception of this last week. The whole interview face-off between Chris Jericho and Bray Wyatt, weird, really, really weird and awkward, because Chris Jericho just sat there the whole time in his suit, which is not characteristic of him as of late. He just sat there the whole time. Weird. It was almost like it was him from a few years ago when he used to, um, come out in his suit and he was all quiet and smug, and it was almost like that again. Maybe that's what they're going to do with Chris Jericho again. Seeing as he did that so well and the crowd is so much behind Bray Wyatt now, and with the lights when he comes out and everything, maybe that's what they're going to do. Maybe they'll turn Chris Jericho and Bray same night, come this night at SummerSlam. Maybe they'll pull something. Who knows? But nonetheless, whatever happens, I think Bray Wyatt is going to come out on top of this one. I think he needs to remain a viable character in the roster. I mean, he's still great with his promos, don't get me wrong, but his promos will not carry him. He needs to be successful in the ring as well. Next, we've got Jack Swagger and Rusev. This has been a good rivalry to see the crowd get behind Jack Swagger again. Pro USA stuff, especially with everything going on in the news, man. I'm not going to get into that, but I'm going to say it has been pretty scary with the stuff I've been reading. If you haven't been following the news, I don't advise you to anytime soon because, man, some pretty unpleasant stuff going on with Russians right now. So, yeah, I think this rivalry will finally end this Sunday. This is the second time they're going to face off against each other in the ring. I think Rusev and the whole pro-Russian thing is going to go down this Sunday at SummerSlam with Jack Swagger coming out on top. And the step in the match is it's a flag on a pole match or a flag match, whatever you want to call it. A flag hanging from either end of the ring. Got to climb up and get your flag, and then you're a winner. Got to claim the flag match, whatever they call it. Nonetheless, I think Jack Swagger is he's gonna come out on top of this one. He's gonna be waving Old Glory at the end of the match. Next, we've got the Divas Championship match between AJ Lee and Paige. This has been a good back-and-forth rivalry starting at the end of, or the night after WrestleMania when Paige debuted. And basically just took the championship from AJ Lee right there. A couple months later go by, blah, 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 blah. Paige has been a good, successful champ, but then she got nasty. Everybody started cheering for AJ Lee and her comeback. And then AJ Lee got the Divas Championship back. And Paige has been an awesome heel. She's been really good. I always thought, maybe it's her accent, I don't know what it was, but I always thought that she was always riding that fine line between heel and face. Well, I think Paige is a damn good heel, honestly. And obviously with fans excited to see AJ back, they continue to cheer her as a face. And, it's been interesting to see this championship go back and forth the way it has, from AJ Lee to Paige and now back to AJ Lee. I think the rivalry is going to end this Sunday, and I honestly think it's going to go back in Paige's hands. I think she's a strong enough character now. I think she can hold it. I think she'll do well with it. And I think it's going to be the start of, and it's not all going to happen overnight, but I think it's going to be a start of a new breed of divas coming in soon over the course of the next 6 months to a year. You're going to see the likes of Charlotte, Flair's daughter, who is now women's champion in NXT. Bayley's doing well down there. Sasha Banks is doing well down there. and a few others. I'm not going to name them all, but they're all doing pretty well. Some are still a little green, but they're all having some great matches down there. And when the time is right, they'll bring some more up to the main roster. Good rivalry, though. I think Paige is going to beat AJ Lee. The championship is going to go back to her. Next, we've got what I think will be probably the most fun match of the night to watch. Will be Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins in a lumberjack match. Now, when they made this stip for this match, I was a little disappointed. I'm not going to lie. I really thought because Seth Rollins just became the Money in the Bank ladder match winner, and he's got the briefcase now, and he carries it everywhere, and it's like his big, award, shows it off everywhere he goes. I honestly thought that this was going to turn into something like a ladder match for the briefcase. I think that would have been more exciting, but this is obviously a way to get more people involved in the pay-per-view without actually putting them in a match, but they're still involved in a match. So the ring is going to be surrounded by tag teams. Probably your United States champion is going to be out there. Probably RVD is going to be out there. Maybe even some guys you don't see hardly at all, like Zack Ryder. Maybe Tyson Kidd's going to be out there. Who knows who's all going to be out there? Ooh, maybe Slater Gator. Ooh. World's worst tag team, in my opinion. But anyways, Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins. I think Dean Ambrose, seeing as he's finally going to be able to get his hands on Seth Rollins, this is going to be a great back and forth match. Probably, without all the outside stuff, I think it's going to be possibly the match of the night as far as excitement and moves and everything. These two can really put on a show. Been great seeing it go back and forth over these last few months. We're finally going to be able to get to see the match that we did not get to see last month. Fans got ripped off, I think. I felt pretty ripped off, let me tell you. We got a little, 2-second parking lot brawl. That was about it. But yeah, Dean Ambrose, I think, is going to come out on top of this one. And I don't think it's going to hurt Seth Rollins. This is not for the briefcase like I thought it was going to be, which would have made more sense to me, in my opinion. Yeah, it's not going to hurt Seth. Whether Seth wins or loses, he's still going to have the briefcase. He's still going to be that Money in the Bank guy. But I think, nonetheless, Dean's going to come out with a win this Sunday. Next, we've got Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns. Now, this wasn't classified as anything, but I'm going to call it a grudge match, simply because Randy Orton has been portraying himself the last few weeks as the original, like saying the Viper is back. Because let's admit, while he was champ, his character was horrible. He was the biggest wuss. Basically playing, Triple H's bitch. And, whatever, fine. Okay, heel character, but man, just, if you're a Randy Orton fan, you want to see him just nasty. The way he's been over the course of the last few weeks with Roman Reigns. It's been going good. Obviously, Randy Orton pissed because he wants that championship back again. And what did Triple H say to him? As long as Roman Reigns is around, that's not going to happen. So yeah, he's pretty pissed at Roman Reigns for taking that spot away from him, who was supposed to go against John Cena for the championship. I think Roman Reigns is going to come out on top of this one. It only makes sense to me. It's been a good rivalry, though. Don't get me wrong. It'll probably end this Sunday. Actually, I don't know. I've been hearing little rumblings that it may go on another month, so we'll see. But Roman Reigns, since the split of the Shield, has had a decent momentum. He's been getting some good pops. The crowd's really been getting behind him. Is he ready to be that top guy yet? No, I don't think so. But I think over the course of the next half year, he'll prove himself as that. As he continues to whittle his way through all the guys in the Authority, whether it be Kane or Randy Orton coming up. I think we're going to see Roman Reigns versus Triple H. That'd be freaking awesome. It really would be. But nonetheless, this Sunday, I think Roman Reigns will beat Randy Orton in this match. Next, we've got Stephanie McMahon versus Brie Bella. Now, the last time Stephanie said she was going to get involved in a match, she had 3 divas beat Vicky Guerrero, or not beat Vicky Guerrero, but Vicky Guerrero beat herself, because after she got rid of the 3 divas, and then Stephanie McMahon threw her in the chocolate pudding, and that ended the match, which caused Vicky Guerrero's firing. So you got to kind of wonder, after all that and then everything that's going on between Nikki and the Authority and Brie Bella and Stephanie McMahon, is the same thing going to happen to Nikki this Sunday? Or excuse me, is the same thing going to happen to Brie? Are we going to see another pudding match? Oh, that'd be freaking hilarious, eh? No, I don't think we're going to. I don't think the match. I don't think the match is from a wrestling standpoint. I don't think the match is going to be that good. I think people are going to be just more excited to see Brie get her hands on Stephanie and wipe her face in the mat and all that stuff. But I think Stephanie is still going to come out on top of this one, because, well, I don't think her husband, Triple H, is going to get involved in the match. But I think Brie Bella will get involved in the match and will cause, or excuse me, Nikki, see, they're twins. I get them confused all the time. Nikki's going to get involved in the match, which will cause Brie to lose. I think Nikki's going to turn on her sister and join the Authority somehow, some way, or just turn heel, which will lead to, excuse me, Brie Bella versus Nikki Bella in the future, somewhere down the road. Whether that's going to make a pay-per-view or not, I don't know. But nonetheless, I think Stephanie is going to come out of this one. Does that mean Brie's going to keep her job? I don't know. I don't think the stip was that when you come back and you have to win your match, and then you get your job back. It's just, this is the match that she wants, and she's got her job back. So, and then she wouldn't press charges or whatever. But yeah, Steph's going to win. Nikki's going to turn on Brie. Nikki's going to turn heel. That's how that's going to go. That's my prediction. All right, last but certainly not least, the biggest match of the card, the biggest rivalry of the summer. Well, to some. John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. They've been doing a great job the last month or so, month plus, building up this rivalry between the promos, the in-ring stuff, Paul Heyman blabbing, even rapping this last Monday. Oh my goodness. Brock Lesnar crashing Hulk Hogan's birthday party. Oh, how dare he. By the way, just to change the subject for a second, how many of you wanted an NWO beatdown on Brock Lesnar? Seriously, that would have been sweet, hey? You know, little Krylon on his back. That would have been awesome, hey? John Cena versus Brock Lesnar. There's a few different ways this could go, obviously. How I think it's going to go, though, and I know in my last video, or one of my last videos I did, as far as what are Brock Lesnar's chances of winning, you know, it's so hard because, well, for me, because ever since Brock's come back, I've wanted him to be champ. Well, this has been his first opportunity to be champ, as far as I know. He's had other rivalries, and this is his first chance since he's been back. He's been back for, what, 2.5 years now? He's on just starting the last leg of his third year in contract. So, you know, minus all the odd stuff, thinking about how long he's been around, thinking about his schedule and all that, does he have a good chance to win? Yes. If you put all the odds in there, again, everything stacks up against him. I don't think they're going to pull the trigger and make him champ. Because why would you make somebody that big champ and then have him go away till what, Royal Rumble? You know, it doesn't make any sense. Why make someone champ and have him disappear for another half year? They're not going to do it. I mean, would I want him to be champ? Yeah, but Brock doesn't stick around, and that's a sad truth. You know, like John Cena says, you know, he's found a job that he can fight once in a while and get paid well and show up when he has to, and it doesn't matter whether he wins or loses. You know, but Brock says, I win when I have to win. He beat The Undertaker. He certainly could be champ. I don't think they're going to make him champ. I really don't. I don't think he's going to win. Here's what I think is going to happen. I honestly think, you know, they keep making all these points to he's going to get that John Cena's going to get the beating of a lifetime. That I believe. That I don't doubt for a second. I think that's going to be the deciding factor in this match, though. I think Brock Lesnar is going to beat him to the point where he gets disqualified and John Cena wins. John Cena wins. Brock Lesnar beats him to the point of disqualifying himself, and Seth Rollins comes out and cashes in. And Seth Rollins walks out new champ, which I think will lead to the rumored Seth Rollins versus John Cena rivalry for the rest of the summer. There's been rumors about that it's been booked for shows after SummerSlam like that. So, you know, but that's all, you know, who knows if that's true or not. but that's what makes sense to me. Brock Lesnar beats John Cena to a pulp, gets DQ'd. John Cena wins, but then loses the title because Seth Rollins cashes in at the end of the night. Seth Rollins becomes your WWE World Heavyweight Championship champion. So, yeah, awesome card. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me? No matter who wins these matches, I think the pay-per-view itself is going to be a great show. Probably one of the better ones of the year. And it should be, it should be because it's SummerSlam. It's one of the big, they call it the second biggest show of the year. I still think it is. It's one of the big four, between WrestleMania, SummerSlam, Survivor Series, and Royal Rumble. At least those are my top four. Yeah, should be a really good show. Who do you think is going to walk out champ? Put it in the comments below. Let me hear your opinions and who you think is going to win this Sunday. Thanks for watching, guys.